A very good day to doctor. My name is Yapesan and my machine number is 263301. Today, I'm going to talk about the company profile of Petronas Dagangan Berhad. Petronas Dagangan Berhad is a subsidiary company of Petroleum Nasional Berhad, which also known as Petronas. Petronas Dagangan Berhad was operating as the main marketing arm of Petroleum Nasional Berhad. For your information, it was established on 5 August 1982 and the company tag for Petronas Dagangan Berhad is a public listed company in Malaysia. Petronas Dagangan Berhad was in the oil and gas operation industry, which mainly focused on retailers and market the downstream petroleum products. And now I would like to give some example about its product. It provides the products such as lubricant, fuel oil, cooking gas, diesel, bitumen, kerosene, gas, and more to fulfill the need of customer. And besides that, you also provide the service such as pre-sale service, after-sale service, food solution, and banking facility. Petronas Dagangan Berhad has operated into 4 segments such as retail, commercial, LPG, and lubricant. And the vision for Petronas Dagangan Berhad is brand of first choice, and the mission for Petronas Dagangan Berhad is value-driven fuel marketing with market leadership in Malaysia. And there are 9 members for the board of directors of Petronas Dagangan Berhad, and there are 14 members for the top management team of Petronas Dagangan Berhad currently. Last, for your information, Petronas Dagangan Berhad has more than 1,000 petrol stations across Malaysia. And that's all for me. Thank you.
Hi and good day to everyone. My name is Joshua, matrix number 261255. Today, I will be presenting on the business issue of Petronas Dagangan. There are 3 main issues faced by Petronas Dagangan, which are financial issue, environmental issue, and technology issue. Now, let's discuss the financial issue, which is mainly about the plunge in earnings. First, we'll look at its overall financial performance. Its revenue had declined by 38.2% and its net profit had declined by 67.48%. It is a huge slump in both revenue and net profit for Petronas Dagangan over the 5 years. Its top management had acknowledged the cause of the slump was due to the oil price volatility and the pandemic outbreak. As Petronas Dagangan is a fuel retail company, no doubt that 95% of its revenue comes from fuel retailing. The volatility of oil price is not new in the oil and gas industry. However, the benchmark of the oil price, which is the Brent crude oil, had slumped to $13.24 USD per barrel, which is the lowest price for almost the past 20 years. To add more oil to the burning fire, the collapse of the OPEC Plus agreements between Saudi Arabia and Russia have fueled the plunge in the oil prices in the early 2020. So aside from price volatility, the outbreak of COVID-19 also posed a significant impact to the oil and gas industry globally, as the demand for the fuel had decreased by 90,000 barrels per day. Now, let's drill down to the retail segments of Petronas Dagangan. In both revenue and profit before tax had declined by 27.27% and 61.2% respectively. The main cause of the plunge is due to the price drop in Means of Plat Singapore MOPS at the beginning of the year and the lower gross profits of mogas and diesel. The implementations of the lockdown had also impacted severely to the retail business due to the restricted in-opening hours and the numbers of customers in store. In the commercial segment, revenue and profit before tax also dropped significantly by 49.5% and 59.6% respectively. The decline in MOPS prices has lowered the gross profits from Jet A1 and diesel in the first half of 2020. In addition to that, the travel restrictions imposed together with the lockdown had also decreased the demands and the sale volume. In the meantime, the oil demand also contracted due to the decline in manufacturing, constructions, and upstream sectors. Now, moving on to the liquidity of Petronas Dagangan, its free cash flow has shrunk by 21.42% due to the drastic decline in its operating activities by 84.95%. Furthermore, its total assets also declined by 16.4% due to the contractions in its trades and receivables, while its interim dividend payout had reduced to 17 cents as compared to the 40 cents of payout in 2019. That is all for the financial issue. We will now proceed to the environmental issue. Environmental sustainability had been a hot topic recently as the stakeholders are screaming their concerns to avoid climate change. With that, global oil companies have opted to switch to renewable energy such as wind, solar, hydro, biofuels, and even electricity. The energy transitions has pressured the oil and gas producers to play a big role in their green investments. So the core transitions is to tie down carbon emissions, which also called as carbon footprints. Our Malaysia's Petronas, which is the mother company of Petronas Dagangan, also pledged for net zero carbon by 2050. A challenging aspiration as it is, and it was refuted by the Party Socialist Malaysia as a greenwashing stunt to avoid being held responsible for the climate crisis. Rather than setting such an ambitious goal, they should be focusing on venting, flaring, and fugitive emissions. Another challenge to Petronas Dagangan is the transition risk and the investment capital requirement for decarbonizing solutions. COVID-19 and transport transitions had been the greatest obstacles as they resulted in the plunge in earnings and lowered the demand for fossil fuels. So both events had directly impacted the capital of Petronas Dagangan for its green investment to achieve its ESG goals. The last part of my presentation is the technology issues faced by Petronas Dagangan. Thanks to COVID again, the remote working culture had been accelerated in most of the industry, embarking on a potential e-commerce marketplace in Southeast Asia. There are 400 million online users in Southeast Asia and 90% of them are mobile users. Citing from Malaysia Digital Economy Blueprints, the digital economy is expected to contribute to Malaysia's GDP by 22.6% by 2025. Digitalization is known to be effective and convenient to the users, and it comes into handy in employee engagement to ensure the effectiveness in transferring information and also exchanging knowledge. However, as a two-edged sword, it also poses a challenge to the oil and gas industry as there is low digital maturity. So although digitalizations enable human-machines collaborations, on-site technicians and engineers are still required. Another challenge of digitalizations is the cybersecurity threats. The exposures of cybersecurity threats may lead to a breach of information. So, Petronas is challenged to upskill its technology to improvise its human-machines collaborations and also to protect its customers and also business information from the cyber threats. So that is all from me. I will now pass the floor to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lin Jiwan. My metric number is 262593. Now I will continue to present about SWOT analysis. The strength of Petronas Dagangan Berhad PDB is the success of an innovative product combinations. Customer of PDB may choose from a wide range of product combination. It adds in the company ability to serve a wide range of clients in the oil and gas business. Besides, PDB has the benefit of being the first to market. This indicates that PDB new product can enter quick in the oil and gas industry service sector. PDB also have high margin. Industrial rival have lower margin compared to PDB despite the fact that profitability is being squeezed. Nevertheless has a better profit margin than its rival. The fourth strength is that PDB has position of power in the market. PDB has a commanding lead in the oil and gas business. Furthermore, PDB also diverse source of income. PDB has experience in a variety of businesses all through the decade. In addition to energy, it enabled them to expand their revenue source outside of the oil and natural gas divisions and into other sectors such as information technology. Last but not least, PDB has a wide-reaching distribution network and a network of associates that aid in giving effective service to clients and coping with industry competitions. On the other hand, the weakness of PDB is they have cheap clients' operations. Besides, PDB also faces inflationary pressure on the market. The oil and gas industry services sector is expanding faster than PDB, despite the company decline market share. To succeed in such a situation, PDB must carefully examine all the current trends in the energy industry and determine what it must do in the future to achieve success. Furthermore, PDB has a decrease in income per unit. Profitability for PDB is being impacted by a decrease in revenue per unit and increased competition in the sector. It is a good step for the organization to objectively examine the current service offering of the different goods in questions. In an organization strategy, PDB business model may be simply copied. There are several hurdles that PDB must solve in order to address this issue. In addition, PDB workers are constantly being replaced. PDB is particularly concerned about the high turnover of lower-level personnel. It might lead to greater wages to keep the best employee in the company. The last weakness that faced by PDB is specialized marketplace and local restrictions. Companies like PDB are no longer able to profit from niche marketplace monopolies. Fewer and less customers are benefiting from the customer network provided by PDB. Next, a decrease in the rate of inflation is an opportunity of PDB. Clients of PDB will be able to borrow at cheaper interest rate because of the low and stable inflation rate in the market. PDB goods will see an increase in sales because of this. Not only this, PDB has the large opportunity in digital world. PDB will be equipped to just provide a new product and services to its clients in the oil and gas services business as more people use online service. A rise in the number of vulnerable rules also one of the opportunity for PDB. The oil and gas services business is becoming more regulated, making it more difficult for unorganized players to operate. For PDB, this presents a change of growth. PDB also will undergo rapid economic growth as PDB will have a chance to enter the US market since the US economy is developing quicker than any other industrialized economy. Furthermore, the cost of new product launch may be decreased by partnering with other firms and using a specialized network site. It's possible that PDB may start modern and then grow after a new manufacturer first popularity. The large opportunity for PDB is the rapid pace of technical advancements. Industrial productivity is increasing as a result of rapid technical advancements, enable suppliers to provide a wide range of goods and services. PDB may be able to dramatically expand its product line by taking advantages of this. The threat for PDB is the relationship between the United States and China in terms of trade. It is possible that PDB expansion's goal in China might be hindered by a comprehensive economic war involving the States, China, and the United States. Increasing technical proficiency also one of the threats of PDB. PDB intellectual property are growing because of tie-up in the export industry with domestic companies. PDB oil and gas industry service business face a continued difficulty due to lack of new business in urban areas and standstill in rural ones. Change in the political climate will also one of the threats of PDB. Trade war between the United States and China, the uncertainty surrounding Brexit, and the general unrest in the Middle East all have the potential to have an influence on PDB both domestically and internationally. Besides, products are becoming more and more commoditized. Last, because the product launch timeline in the energy market are becoming shorter, hence PDB have to face pressure of competitions. That's all from me. Now I will pass to my next member. Thank you.
Hi Doctor and everyone, I'm Lo Mei Hui with metric number 263655. So we'll proceed with tau analysis for Petronas Dagangan Berhad. As my friend Ling has explained the SWOT analysis in detail just now, so without further ado, I will just start with the strength and opportunity strategies. So, with combining S1, S5, O4, O5, and O7, this means that Petronas Dagangan Berhad will continue to dominate and build a strong name for itself, grow production capacity, and stand out during the distribution network of commodities to customers. Besides that, PDB would benefit from high utilization of technological potential in upstream and downstream operation, as well as logistic inbound and outbound, since it will provide the company with a competitive advantage. Furthermore, the development of new renewable energy sources such as solar and wind may lead to the creation of new long-term income streams that are independent of oil and gas. Next, let's move on to weakness and opportunity strategies. After combining W1, W5, O2, O4, and O5, we have come out that sharing contracts with emerging nations would help PDB to share security procedures, to share highly trained staff, as well as to create work in partnership with these countries. For strength and threat strategies, we combine S1, S2, S5 with T3, T5, and T6. Petronas Dagangan Berhad's key strength in the exploration and production industry, superior competitive advantage in the inbound and outbound logistic activity, which lead to business-wide geographical regions in Malaysia. Furthermore, we think that with the support from the Malaysia government, PDB can overcome competition challenges from existing corporations of Malaysia Oil and Gas, including Shell and Petronas. On the other hand, we have weakness and trade strategies too. With combining W3, W4, T2, and T4 together, Petronas Dagangan Berhad should increase paychecks as well as offering rewards and compensation to employees, which can help them to lower their worker churn and lift up their spirits at work. At the same time, every employee must be educated and trained to recognize the possible fraud or corrupt activity. Finally, we have combined W5 and T4 together, and we have come out that the top management of Petronas Dagangan Berhad should develop political strategies to convince the important stakeholders to make decisions and also implement solutions to handle political risks and constraints in order to minimize the political tensions. Workers with legal expertise who can manage the political strategic risks should be also hired by Petronas Dagangan Berhad as well. That's all from me. I will pass it on to Anas to proceed with the next part. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Muhammad Azranas bin Arifin and my metric number 267818. And I would like to talk about the recommendation for SWOT and TOS analysis. Okay, we go to the first one is SWOT analysis. So the first point is the company has enough strengths to maintain a competitive advantage, especially when compared to huge corporations, such as to their competitors. Then second one is the possibility and dangers that are pertinent to Petronas Dagangan Berhad point to a business climate in which the company can continue to expand. And for the third point is the importance of developing counter-competitive tactics as well as plans that could open up new prospects in the petroleum industry and beyond. And the last point for SWOT analysis that can be a recommendation is contain strategies and tactics that emphasize the company's product uniques. Okay, so for the TOS analysis recommendation, the first point is common strategic planning tool that can provide significant value to an organization by assisting in the advancement of strategic planning. And the second point is it can be a match internal and external characteristic in order to uncover relevant strategic choices for an organization to pursue. So this is the recommendation for the full report. So the first point is restructure new strategies to be more prepared for unexpected situation and retain profitability. Means that Petronas Dagangan Berhad should develop a better contingency plan that will enable it to deal with more unexpected major catastrophes in the future without risking becoming the worst performer owing to reduced revenue flows. And the strategy should also take into account any policy that may be implemented by the government and the government actions that could harm the corporation for the long term. And Petronas Dagangan Berhad should have contingency preparations in place to mitigate the effects of the hurricane adaptable targeted support programs to the lowest degree possible, such as consumers who are having financial difficulties, which will benefit both the company and its customers. So the second point is invest in advanced technology to bolster the security of consumer data. Petronas Dagangan Berhad recognizes that maintaining market leadership requires proactive identification of customer impacting service degradation, allowing them to correct any issue before they negatively impact customer. Information technology such as IT services are critical to Petronas Dagangan Berhad ability to provide great customer service, and any degradation in customer experience from processing credit cards through point of sales terminals to ensuring stocking orders that can be placed in convenience stores can impair customer experience, and customer may have to go elsewhere as a result. Customers that frequent gas stations and convenience stores are often registered in the customer loyalty program. This is the third point for recommendation, which is increase partnership with more organizations to expand market size. Petronas Dagangan Berhad should develop plans to form international strategic alliances with more foreign oil and gas companies, and Petronas Dagangan Berhad can get access to their knowledge, reducing rivalry and expanding the pool of international customers served by those multinational companies. For starters, Petronas Dagangan Berhad will be able to obtain new perspectives and expertise. Petronas Dagangan can observe how the international company operates and manage the flow of their business. So this is the last point for recommendation, which is provide more comprehensive training programs to employees. Means that Petronas Dagangan Berhad should develop comprehensive training programs to train and educate staff on the Petronas Dagangan Berhad goals and focus initiatives. Employees should be able to learn about Petronas Dagangan Berhad efficiently and increase their performance in a shorter amount of time if the program are brief and easy to follow. And it could assist staff in maintaining high quality performance in line with Petronas Dagangan Berhad reputation, and this also allow the company to meet their goals, and it will be a top Asian oil and gas company. That's all from me. Thank you.